Have you ever wondered if being too nice is actually holding you back? In a world that often emphasizes kindness and cooperation, being too nice might seem like an admirable quality. However, the teachings of Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary samurai and philosopher, reveal the potential dangers of excessive niceness. While Musashi's wisdom is often associated with mastery in combat, his insights into human nature and personal conduct go far beyond the battlefield. His timeless philosophy teaches us the importance of balance between strength and kindness, assertiveness and compassion. In this video, we'll explore the potential pitfalls of being overly nice and draw lessons from Musashi's unique perspective on navigating life's challenges with both wisdom and strength. The fine line between kindness and weakness. Musashi understood the delicate balance between kindness and assertiveness, knowing that unchecked niceness could easily be misinterpreted as weakness. He believed that strength and compassion must coexist, but one should never overshadow the other. Being excessively nice might seem like a positive trait, but Musashi warned against allowing kindness to slip into the realm of passivity or submission. In his Book of Five Rings, he frequently emphasizes the importance of not revealing weakness to your opponent, as vulnerability, when mismanaged, opens the door for exploitation. This lesson extends far beyond the battlefield. In today's world, where we are often taught to value cooperation and harmony, Musashi's philosophy is a sobering reminder that there are consequences to being too nice. In personal relationships, for example, someone who constantly prioritizes the needs of others over their own can gradually lose their sense of self. Over-accommodating individuals may end up feeling resentment as they suppress their desires and opinions to please those around them. This chronic self-sacrifice can lead to emotional exhaustion or burnout, as they struggle to meet the unending demands of others while neglecting their own well-being. In professional environments, the dangers of excessive agreeableness are just as clear. While being cooperative and agreeable might initially earn you favor over time, it can result in others taking advantage of you or overlooking your contributions altogether. Being too agreeable, especially in high-stakes environments like business, can lead to situations where your ideas and perspectives are overshadowed or ignored. A person who avoids confrontation for fear of seeming rude or difficult may miss out on opportunities to assert their value, challenge injustice, or negotiate for better terms in deals or projects. Musashi's wisdom reminds us that while it is important to be respectful and considerate, there comes a point where over-accommodation can lead to being seen as a pushover. The ability to balance kindness with strength is crucial. This doesn't mean abandoning kindness altogether, but rather learning when and how to assert boundaries. Musashi teaches that boundaries are a vital part of self-respect and personal empowerment. It is not unkind to say no when necessary. In fact, knowing when to stand your ground can lead to healthier, more balanced relationships. By clearly communicating limits and expectations, you show others that your kindness is not a sign of weakness, but a conscious choice made from a place of strength. The dangers of people-pleasing. At its core, people-pleasing is rooted in the desire to gain approval, often at the expense of one's own needs and values. This excessive need to accommodate others can quickly become self-destructive, as it erodes both personal integrity and self-worth. Miyamoto Musashi's philosophy, particularly as articulated in his later work, Dokodo, The Path of Walking Alone, warns against this tendency. Musashi emphasized the importance of self-reliance and the dangers of seeking external validation, advocating for a life of inner strength rather than one dependent on the opinions of others. Musashi's principle, "Do not seek pleasure for its own sake," is particularly insightful in understanding the pitfalls of people-pleasing. In a modern context, people-pleasing can be viewed as seeking the pleasure of approval, constantly molding one's behavior to meet the expectations of others. While this might create short-term harmony or approval, it comes at a high cost, the sacrifice of one's true self. The person who constantly bends to the desires and demands of others may find themselves drifting further away from their authentic values, passions, and even purpose. People-pleasing, in this sense, is a form of self-abandonment. It may seem like the path of least resistance, avoiding conflict, criticism, or rejection, but over time, it leads to an internal conflict that is far more damaging. As individuals suppress their own needs, opinions, and boundaries, they become disconnected from their true selves. This disconnection results in feelings of emptiness, resentment, and frustration, as the constant effort to maintain others' happiness takes a toll on their own mental and emotional well-being. Musashi's teachings offer a powerful counterpoint to this self-sacrificing behavior. He championed a life of self-sufficiency and internal validation, where one's sense of worth comes from personal discipline, inner clarity, and adherence to one's own principles, not from external approval. In Dokodo, Musashi emphasizes detachment from the fleeting pleasures of life, including the pleasure derived from others' approval. By letting go of the need for validation, one can live more authentically and freely, unburdened by the expectations of others. In practical terms, this doesn't mean rejecting kindness or cooperation, but rather developing the strength to assert one's needs and maintain personal boundaries. A person who constantly seeks to please others will eventually lose sight of their own desires, values, and goals. As Musashi's philosophy teaches, true power lies in walking one's own path, regardless of whether that path pleases everyone else. This sense of self-reliance enables individuals to live authentically, pursue their own ambitions, and cultivate a sense of inner peace and fulfillment. Moreover, people-pleasing creates a dangerous dynamic in relationships, whether personal or professional. When someone is excessively nice or overly accommodating, they may inadvertently teach others to expect more from them than they are willing or able to give. Over time, this can lead to exploitation or being taken for granted, as people who prioritize others' needs above their own can become easy targets for manipulation. Musashi's wisdom reminds us that to truly respect and value others, we must first respect and value ourselves. By asserting boundaries and standing firm in our own identity, we teach others how to treat us and build more genuine, balanced relationships. Musashi's philosophy, with its emphasis on self-reliance and inner strength, offers a valuable lesson for anyone trapped in the cycle of people-pleasing. By embracing his teachings, we can learn to detach from the need for constant approval, develop a stronger sense of self-worth, and walk our own path with confidence and clarity. In doing so, we not only regain control over our own lives, but also cultivate relationships that are rooted in mutual respect and authenticity, rather than dependence and sacrifice. Musashi's lesson: balance kindness with strength. Musashi's wisdom is rooted in the delicate art of balance, particularly when it comes to navigating the complexities of kindness and strength. His teachings remind us that while kindness is a virtue, it must be tempered with the ability to assert oneself and protect one's own interests. Musashi's life, both as a samurai and philosopher, exemplified this duality. He was as skilled in battle as he was insightful in understanding human nature, recognizing that a person who is only kind risks being perceived as weak or easy to exploit. This principle is particularly relevant in today's fast-paced, competitive world. Many people are taught that being agreeable and accommodating will lead to success or harmonious relationships. However, when kindness becomes excessive and unbalanced, it can backfire. People who are too nice often find themselves overburdened, taken advantage of, or overlooked. Musashi's teachings offer a counterbalance to this mindset, encouraging us to cultivate both compassion and resilience. In the Book of Five Rings, Musashi repeatedly stresses the importance of strength, not just physical strength, but mental and emotional fortitude. He understood that in life, just as in battle, those who lack assertiveness can easily be overcome by those who recognize their vulnerability. His philosophy does not reject kindness, but warns against a one-dimensional approach to life. Musashi believed that kindness, when paired with strength, forms a powerful combination that allows individuals to navigate life's challenges effectively. In modern contexts, the dangers of being excessively nice often manifest in professional environments, personal relationships, and even social settings. Overly agreeable individuals may hesitate to express their own needs, concerns, or opinions, fearing conflict or rejection. This can lead to burnout, frustration, or feelings of being undervalued. Musashi's lesson is clear. While it's important to be considerate of others, you must also be prepared to assert your boundaries and protect your well-being. True kindness, according to Musashi, involves not just consideration for others, but also respect for oneself. This means knowing when to say no, when to stand firm, and when to prioritize your own needs over others. It is about finding a balance between empathy and self-preservation. Musashi's ability to read his opponents in battle mirrors the skill of understanding when to extend compassion and when to draw the line. He taught that while it's vital to maintain harmony in relationships, it's equally important not to allow others to dictate your path or undermine your sense of self-worth. Musashi's teaching of balance extends beyond personal relationships into broader life challenges. By maintaining an inner core of strength, individuals can remain calm and composed under pressure. This inner resilience, which Musashi cultivated through years of solitary reflection and martial training, enables people to face adversity without losing their sense of self. In this way, kindness becomes an intentional, deliberate act rooted in strength rather than weakness. The key is to practice kindness with discernment. Musashi would argue that indiscriminate niceness is not true kindness. It is often a passive attempt to avoid conflict or discomfort. True kindness requires strength because it involves making difficult decisions, including when to set boundaries, confront issues head-on, or protect your own values. The most effective kindness, then, is grounded in an inner confidence that does not seek validation from others, but instead comes from a place of personal integrity. Musashi's philosophy teaches that true strength lies in the ability to act with purpose, even when it requires difficult choices. Being too nice in the absence of boundaries and strength leaves individuals vulnerable to manipulation or neglect. However, when kindness is balanced with assertiveness, it becomes a powerful tool for creating meaningful relationships and achieving personal success.